Hey, it's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Now, I hope everybody had a great Halloween last night. Now, I was up late and I was just scrolling on Reddit and I saw this disturbing post, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Someone says, JW grandparents shunned me and my kids. My JW's dad sent my wife unsolicited JW propaganda via her Facebook DM, so I emailed him the ARC video. This was his reply. How should I respond? So I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says, hey, man, let's just call him Jack. Hey, man, Jack, do not send any information unrequested to me again. If you have any issues or concern about this kind of information, don't share it with me. You sort it out with Jehovah himself. He is the living God and can help you with your search, whatever that is. I was nice enough to reply to your wife's request last time she contacted me and occasionally view pictures of your children, but I'm not interested in any of your concerns. You are smart enough to figure it out on your own. I love you, but I love Jehovah more. If you send one more thing about my hope for the future and about Jehovah's organization, I will have to block you completely. And that will be heartbroken for me. I enjoy seeing your beautiful children. Is the only contact you allowed us to have with your painful attitude. I'm serious, Jack. Please think about it before you do it again. So, wow, that's crazy, right? The hypocrisy. I really don't even have to say much. We can just go ahead and take a look at some of these comments because they basically said everything that I was thinking. So let's just scroll a little bit and read some of the comments. So one of the first message says, so he can send your family unsolicited religious propaganda, but you can't send him unsolicited facts about the same religion? Logic level JW. Just an eye for an eye, right? For sure. I'd respond with apologies. I thought you were up for a discussion after you sent XYZ to my wife. But nevertheless, I shall refrain from sending you more of this content if I can politely ask you to do the same. It will be easier for all of us if we can meet in the middle. I won't further this argument anymore. Don't respond if they try and add anything else, but that's just my take. And that's if you want to. If not, just block them. My mom does the same to me. Someone says, so great for them to allow themselves to set boundaries, but they need to understand and respect your boundaries for there to be a healthy relationship now. If you, OP, your house are on the same page, you need to set a united front concerning these communications because they will pull the same tricks with your kids in trying to slip in the propaganda. Protect your family first. And then he says, I cannot understand all the reasons they get so defensive. It's nearly comical, but sad at the same time. And then someone says, I know, right? These are people who I haven't spoken to in almost a decade and who have willingly ignored their own grandchildren. Someone says, yes, I would block him. Honestly, a lot of people are saying block him. Yes, this is so scary to me now. There's really no reason to get so defensive. How weak is the faith if someone, if watching something will derail it? Unless, of course, the negative info you're confronted with is all true. Someone says, because they have been told so many times that anything that is anti-JW is satanic and dangerous. I think they legit get scared. Left my ass off. It's not too hard to figure out. He even said it in the message. It's about the JW hope. If you say anything that threatens the narrative of them being the one true religion, then that also means they might not live forever in paradise and see their dead loved ones and friends and family again. That thought is too much to bear for most of them, so they lash out. And then he's saying, oh, I'm so familiar with that. And someone says cult conditioning and cognitive dissonance are powerful. The feeling is almost painful for those enveloped in it. Okay, they act like they can catch what we have. If only they were that lucky. That would be heartbreaking for me. It's always about them, isn't it? An army of narcissists, these people, both made by the cult and attracted to it. So sad. My parents have always been ignorant, narcissistic, superstitious, toxic fools. Even as an adolescent, I recognized it. If the governing body, goofballs, ended shunning tomorrow, I still wouldn't want any relationship with my biological parents after the way they've acted. I don't reward bad behavior, and it would take a lot to reestablish the trust they have broken. Okay, so it's a lot of comments on here, guys. Basically, just hitting all those points that we were thinking reading this. I mean, I think it's so sick. It made me so mad reading this email. I felt like this was my family, But that's how it is. Just being an XJW, you get triggered by stuff like this because you are going through the same type of thing. If you're being shunned too, if you don't believe it anymore, you're going through the same type of thing with your family. It's so common what we're going through, and it's just nice to know that we're not alone. In this mind screw that these Jehovah's Witnesses have us in, dealing with them. Really. The dad does not deserve to see his grandkids at all. I would not send them anything else. And you see here, I was responding as well. I said, I agree. He does not deserve to see those precious grandbabies at all. I literally feel sick reading this nonsense. How could a parent be so cruel to their own child and grandchildren? This cult is given way too much power. More and more people should take that power back. They must take that power back. So, this is just sickening that a parent could send their child something like this. And then just the way he said your children, like that isn't his grandchildren, like he's doing some type of charity case because he's looking at pictures of his grandchildren. Like, that is a privilege to look at pictures of your grandchildren. It's just so sick. I can't even. The email was so disgusting to me. Like, how delusional can you be? How cruel, how mean, how toxic can you be, man? How narcissistic can you be? Like, how hypocritical can you be? Like, you want to send your cult propaganda, but yet you don't want your son to send you facts about the same cult that you sending him propaganda on. Like, we cannot make this stuff up. Like, this is how mean Jehovah's Witness parents are to their kids who decide they don't want to be a part of it anymore. They call their grandchildren your kids. They don't care about seeing them because they feel like it's your fault because of your attitude. You had a bad attitude just because you don't want to be a part of their cult. So you're the reason why they don't have a close relationship with their grandkids. No, they are. They are. He chose to treat them like your kids, some kids that's not even related to him. He's choosing to mistreat his son and not have a relationship with his grandkids. It's his own fault. The way the Jehovah's Witnesses just ruin families is truly sickening, guys. And we gotta wake up. We gotta take our power back, and we cannot let them do this to us. Like, I mean, tell me in the comments, y'all, what would you have done? How would you have responded? Many people say that they would have sent him more propaganda, but by him saying that he loves Jehovah more, it's like, what else do you say after that? Is what a lot of people were saying too. What else can be said? Unbelievable, right? So someone says, yep, this is why I am in therapy for the problems caused by an insecure attachment style. It affects my relationships, even at work. A child needs unconditional love from at least one parent or full-time caregiver to develop. Many of us raised by people who put a religion first never experience real parental love. So someone else says, they can dish out unsolicited BS, but they sure can't take it. Then someone says, OMG, right? This drives me crazy. JWs are so arrogant. Someone says, yes, it reminds me of a Pimi sister saying she was annoyed her non-JW brother, who is gay, wanted her to stop sending JW videos. She was appalled he didn't want the truth. No, he don't want your propaganda. He has his own life. He's living his own way. And he know that you guys don't condone that. That you think is so terrible. So he don't want that. You have to respect his wishes as well. So someone else says, I would finish blocking them and tell him, since he's okay with an organization that covers up child abuse, you don't want him to have anything to do with you and your kids. Okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. So someone else says, this man is a moron and his insecurity is laughable. The governing body is responsible for so much abnormal behavior. Tell him you are only defending God's name from the blasphemous brazen lies of the governing body. Someone says, Dad, unfortunately, you are indoctrinated and in a cult. And then I love this one. It says, I'm sorry, but F you, Dad. This is the exact kind of absolute garbage that I have gotten in the past. I don't have children, but I swear if I did, they'd never see them again. I think you should block him before he blocks you and take away his privilege of having a relationship with you and your children. This ish is toxic and demonic to the core. I so agree with that. It is toxic and demonic, y'all. Like the way they act and how they treat their kids, their loved ones. It's demonic. There's no other way around it, especially, those of us that's, we left because it's not the truth. Or even if you were disfellowshipped and later on found out that it's not the truth and that's why you never go back. Like we have good reasons that we don't want to be a part of your cult. And now you just don't want to have any type of relationship with us just because we don't believe the same as you. How evil is that? How is that the love of God? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't feel it. Mm-mm. So someone else says, this screams cognitive dissonance and a rush to double down and rebury his head in the sand. Sadly, I don't think any response would do anything but send him further into his tirade. If you want to really heap it on, though, ask him to consider what he said, that he will occasionally look at pictures of your kids. Those are his fucking grandkids, and he's acting as though he is doing something charitable by looking at their pictures. You aren't even worthy of that in his mind. His actions are undeserved kindness. Just tell him not to message your wife with propaganda again, or you will reply with facts against the organization. I know that's right. Someone else says, how kind of him to throw your wife a bone by responding to her last time and view the pictures of your children. What an absolutely condescending message. Someone says, send him corn and block him everywhere. And a lot of people thought that was pretty funny. I mean, I did too. Someone else said, you should respond with another article and call that weak man's bluff. Seriously, fuck him and his I am so nice. People like that deserve to live with their hateful decisions. And I said, I agree. Send him one like, now what? Who gives a shit rather he talks to him again? He is only a watchtower puppet anyway. He is not real anymore and do not know how to love because of the cult he is a part of. He can keep those crumbs. This man and his wife and kids deserve better than that. So someone says, I would not even send them pics or info on the kids. Even though it is hard to comprehend, your kids are better off without them in their lives. They would try to work them in the congregation and then against you. My sister tried that tactic when my girls were young, but my sister is an idiot and it failed. I am grateful my mom never did that. To date, my kids are the only competent, functional grandchildren she has. Well, that's probably because they're not in a cult, looking at Caleb and Sophia, little silly videos. Man, giving their ice cream money to the contribution box and throwing away people magic toys, so-called magic, that they gave them, Sherlocks and stuff, and then not being able to eat a cupcake at school. So, yeah, your kids don't have to deal with that. So I bet they're normal. Yeah. So someone says, but he did it first. That's not really fair, but I guess it's different when it's apostate material. Yeah, it's not fair at all, and it's not different at all. It's the same freaking thing. They only think that it's different because they think that they have the truth, and then they think that that this is the truth. Ugh. Oh, and then someone says, anytime someone says but, everything before the but is usually bullshit. Also, saying I love you before a but is a horrible thing for a parent to say. Therapists confirm it's very damaging. I'm so sorry. They are so self-important and unkind sometimes. And then I said, but means forget what I just said. I am saying this now. Dr. Phil. All right, y'all. So that's basically all I'm going to read. I know I read a lot, but I just wanted you to get the feel of the thread because, all of those comments were, exactly what we were thinking, right? So, I wanted to go over the most of them and just let you guys hear it too, because like I said, it really had me in my feelings, and it's very relatable, this post. So I just wanted to bring it over to YouTube and see what you guys thought, and just let me know what you guys think down below. All right, it's Felice, totally awake. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And again, leave me a comment down below, and I'll be back with another one. All right, bye.